Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the boy that loved. So today, listen. First of all, hello to all the new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get this channel off the ground. So you subscribing, liking the videos, leaving comments. I'm so grateful for it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you to all the new subscribers to Patreon. If you guys didn't know, I have a Patreon. I'm watching exclusive content. I watch all like the Boys Love series and all that good stuff over there. I'm currently watching The Boyfriend and His Man 3 on there. As well as I started watching what's that show called? Love Sea. Um and I'm going to watch the first episode of what's it called? I Saw You in My Dream and maybe Century of Love. I told myself I was gonna watch Century of Love, but who knows? But I'll probably watch it. But anyways, thank you to all the new subscribers on the Patreon. Um, I today was talking in my Discord, to my Discordians about these ships and everything. And I asked them because one of them they really love Earth Mix, and I asked them, do they like certain shows? Because we're talking about We Are, because everyone was like going off about how they don't like We Are the series, and I saw on TikTok people were defending We Are, like they're on the front lines defending this show. And I was talking to people on my Discord about it, and they, were like, "Ugh, people just like it because of the ship." And I was like, do you like the shows you like because of the actors paired together? Like you just love the actors and that makes you like the show? Or are you really attached to, or you really go up for the characters, then the actual narrative, what's being presented? And they said, according to how they feel about Earth Mix, they were like, it's a little bit of both. And I was like, interesting. So today's video topic, I want to talk about the whole actor ship. Is it something that influences people's feelings about the actual show? Is the show itself actually really a good show, narratively, character wise, all the good things, or just the actors have a lot of love, so people are like, "Oh, this is great because my faves are in it," you know? I think I've probably made a video similar to this before, but this is fresh in my mind. We just talked about it just now, so I thought I would just make a video real quick about it. So if you're new, you don't know, I personally do not care for these actors being paired up in 15 shows. Like the first time is fine, and I don't mind like a gap in between and the actors reunite, like a whole little like we're back together again kind of thing. I think that's always kind of like fun. Um, but that's when like there's been years apart. When they first did this, and well, they probably did before, but I remember the first time they did it was in Our Sky. Now this is a little different. Yes, the actors are still paired together, but they're playing their characters they did in a different show in a show. So it's not like it's a new show, a new story. It's the same characters in the next chapter with these characters. Yes, the actors are shipped together again, but it's their characters reuniting in the narrative. Now, I thought that was so great. That was so fun to me. If at that time it felt so novel, so and like the actors have always been paired together. Like you had that holy trinity, in GMTV with Chris Jacinto, Tay Nu, and Often Gunn. But they had their shows, right, and they were paired together in advertisements and in events, and they did all these things outside of doing shows together. So they were always paired up, but like it was always like in different mediums, different things. So you always ship them together in a way, but them coming together for their characters felt so satisfying. So when Our Sky dropped, I was like, oh yes, 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 yes. I was really loving it. I was really loving it. This time around, not so much. Now we have Our Sky 2, and by this time the actors in that have been paired up in different shows multiple times, and I'm like, which show will they pick for this? Because they have so many options. But because the actors, we're so used to the actors being together, the characters they play don't matter in a way. Like everyone's talking about their ships, but it's not their ships, the character ships. I don't think it ever was, to be honest with you. Now I'm thinking about it. Like you talk about the characters in the show, like we talk about the characters in the show, but like that's when the show's airing, and like we do like these like tweets and YouTube Live and you know Steam and Zoom, and we get on there, we discuss the show. Yeah, we talk about the characters, but like at the end of the day, the ship people are shipping are the actors, and the marketing supports this. Like they want you to love the actors so you can just tune into the next show they do together. You go up for the advertisements, you go up for the fan meets, you go up for whatever they're doing, and they know you're attached to the pair, and the you may fall in love with them on a show, but the love for them grows or stays because the actors are still paired up and it's continued. I just don't care for that. That's so icky to me. That's so ugh. And like when I was talking to my Discord, they said about Earth Mix they can't imagine them with anyone else, which is so interesting to me. I find that so fascinating because I can't see why you can't see them with anyone else. And now, obviously, this goes beyond the characters in the show. Ever anything you can't talk about the characters in the show because they played 12 different characters. They've done 12 different shows together, different characters, so it's hard to even be attached to the characters because the actors are playing different characters in different shows. So it's hard for that. So you're just attached to the actors to being together. But to be like, well, you can't see that. Like that's so strange to me. Maybe not strange. Well, the word I want to use is strange, but that seems so mean. But that's how I feel. Like I feel like it's odd to like be so married to the pair that to the point where you're like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And like, can we switch it up a bit? Like why? Like I can't imagine there being a reason to have them in a show again. How long you want them to do this? That's what I want to know. How long do you want your pairs to be paired up? And you can say, hey, yes, they're paired up again, but they're playing different characters. It ain't that different from the last show. You can change it to supernatural. You can change it to one show the characters one half is stern and stubborn, the other one's goofy and fun, and switch it up in another show and they're playing opposites. But it ain't too different from what they did before. Sometimes they're even typecast. Speaking of Earth, like his characters have relatively been the same, more authority, older type characters. So like we see him play that kind of role over and over again. Maybe some more intense, some more laid back, but relatively the same. It ain't even that much variety in it. I mean, they're doing Unsung Love, which is kind of fun, and he seems to be more goofy in that one, but still, I don't know. Now they did say they would like to see first switch up and be with different people, and I'm like, I want them all to be switching up, all of them. Like we got Force and Book. Like we don't need another Force and Book pairing. We don't need none of these actors paired up again, at least for a while. Can we get some years in between? 3 years. Give us 3 years. Have them reunite, and that'd be like a fun little like, ooh, we're together again. uh, and I know no one's gonna really agree with me on this. They love their ships. They don't mind the ships being together again. And like I said, people will say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I just want to find community with people, especially when we watched Moonlight Chicken. We saw First and Mix bust down, make out. I was like, oh, they never do this. They never let the main leads actually fit like on screen, be kissing their exes or boyfriends or whoever else that's not their love interest at the end, their OTP. I was shook. And don't get me started on OnlyFriends. Girl, all the swapping and jumping around and all the different pairs physically being intimate with each other. I was living my best life because the potential of that, it is so satisfying. And like these are actors, they can adapt. Yeah, you may think the chemistry is so goddamn strong between these two actors. Sure, but because the chemistry is so strong, it feels like nothing's different when you get to a different show. That's all I'm saying. Also, what about the shows, characters, whatever have you, that you don't really love between the two actors? but they're shipped again. Does that hurt their chances, their your love for the show that they do next? For me, it definitely happened with the pair June and what's that boy's name? Damn, what's that boy's name? Star in Your Heart, Sky in the Heart, Star in Your Mind. That whole duo, I hated that show and its brother series so much that I did not watch their second show. What's it called? Hidden Agenda. I think it's called Hidden Agenda. I could not, like I, no ma'am, I couldn't do it because I hated that show so much, and I don't know if their acting was that bad. It wasn't the greatest acting, but I don't think it was like terrible. It just the story, the directing, a lot of the things in that show was so awful. I felt like I was just wasted a bunch of time. And then they got into the sequel series, had nothing to do but be on phone calls, and then we just saw isolated scenes of them together, which made me dislike them more. Cause we're just wasting time, and there's no story here, so we're just a bunch of waste of time. And like me, I'm personally not influenced by the optics of two boys in these shows, just kind of flirting, being in bed together, being cutesy, feeding each other food. That's all precious, sure. It's precious, but it ain't a story. It ain't a narrative. I'm not feeling nothing because you're playing music in the background and having them feed each other. You know what I mean? So I'm like over it. So like with them, I could care less about any future shows, pairs, them paired up that they might do. And I hate to say that because some pairs I wouldn't mind. What's that pair? My school president. I like them, and I watched them in my school president, and then I saw the Moonlight Chicken. I was like, okay, yes, yes. However, the thing is, I do like their characters in both of those shows. I like the narrative that they were in both of those shows. The story there was giving me what I needed. Now, I did watch, I think, 2 episodes of Love Mix Up. I'm not too invested in that. I don't know if I'll finish it, to be honest with you. And I don't see, and that's the thing where I know I'm not attached to the actors being paired together because despite me liking them in two other shows, I like the characters in those shows. And I'm not saying I dislike the characters in this show, but the story they're trying to tell here, it's a little juvenile, more than a little actually. So I'm not really invested, not really hype. Even though they are young actors and they play their age in the other shows, this one just feels a bit younger. So it's hard for me to kind of get excited, get invested, all the things, right? Um, but I wish that wasn't the case. But that's how I know I'm not attached to the actors like that. Even now, Off Gun, the trainee, they just did a show together too. What's the cooking one they did? They just did a show. They keep putting them together, and I think Gunn is my favorite. Out of all these actors from this company, he's my favorite. He be acting down. I want to watch everything he's in if I can. I don't, but I want to. But him being paired again, like not me was litty titty lady, but this show was, in my opinion, very good, very entertaining. I'm attached to the characters in the narrative, not necessarily the ships, the actors shipped in them. So, Off Gun, I love them in that show. I did, and even in Theory of Love, I did. However, if I've seen them together as a pair already, I'm not interested in seeing them again as a pair. If they had a different love interest, I would jump ship to go see the show, Gun with someone else. I would see that. I would love to see that. That'd be so fresh and exciting to me. That's the thing. That's so fun and exciting, especially now that they have the actors paired up 4 times, 6 times, 12 times. It's so fun to see them pair up like, with different people. That is so fun to me now. It's like, ooh, that's a exciting draw. Like, ooh, let's see what's up. You know. So like, I'm really with that. But if that's not the case, I'm like, been there, done that. These stories they're telling, this we've seen the tropes, we've seen these narratives over and over again. Having the actors paired together is not enough. The gimmick would be to switch off. That to me, that's kind of gimmicky. That's kind of stunt casting a little bit, kind of a shocker. Let's have these two actors who We're breaking the ship. We're jumping ship and switching it up just to see for you guys to watch. Even hate watch because people hate them ships breaking up. I would fall for it. I would. I would. Give me the Rolodex. Give me the lottery. Let me switch it up every goddamn time. Every goddamn time. I would tune in. But I feel like I'm alone on that. Also, what pairs do y'all want to see together? Because at the end of the day, it's about the actors in the first place. So let's talk about the actors and see what we can do. Now, if the actors have been paired one time, I'm good with them being paired that one time. I don't need them to be paired up again. And I know sometimes the actors are paired up in secondary couple roles and you want them to be a main thing. I don't need that. We just seen it. Yeah, sure. They may not have been the main focus or get that many episodes of them being booed up or their narrative. Who cares? We've seen it already. We've seen it already. So we don't need to have them. Okay, we should have them as a main lead. Hey, girl, and okay. So I like we have Gun. Like it'd be so cunty to have Gun and Tay because you know that little scandal they kissed on that live with Nui. That'd be kind of great. However, I want to switch that for real, for real. That'd be great too. Give me that, but also give me Gun and Joss. For some reason, that height difference would be sickening. Like he is this tiny, he is that tall. I don't know what kind of narrative that would be. What's going on with that story? But I want to see that pair. The optics of it is so. I need to see it. And then let's see. Honestly, people want it first to be switched up and stuff. I wouldn't mind First and Tay. Like, come on. First and Tay would be a good little pairing. Mix. Also, let's get Earth and Nui together. Let's get that together. Yes, they were together in that goddamn show with the Water Boys. I understand that, but that was like 45 years ago, and this would be a great way to get that a new palate cleanser because that's been so many years since then. Earth and Nui. Now we got Mix. Let's do Mix and Force. I know. Hear me out. You're probably like, ew. Also, me also ill, but also let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's get Mix and Force together. Okay, Book. Now, Book and Cowtongue, we saw that already in Only Friends. So like, let's not do that. Who else is there? Ooh, will Book and Jimin make sense? I guess I'm thinking of actors who've been like doing like the Boy Love series lately, and I'm limiting my scope. What if we did like Book and one of the twins, like AJ or one of them? Ooh, no, Book and what's that boy's name? I'm blanking on that boy's name. I was gonna say one of the boys that's paired up together and We Are, but no. I mean that could work too. Who am I thinking of? There's someone that I'm drawing a blank on his goddamn name. The one with the ears. Damn, I forgot his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But let me know below which actor pairings do you want to see? Because in the end of the day, I just wish the love for the ships was the characters, and that's never going to be the case anymore. Especially when you have the actors paired together again in 5 shows. Back in the day, you loved the pairings of the characters, and I guess that's why I like to rewatch shows back in the day because I like the characters, and I didn't know the actor's name. I didn't really follow the actors. There were a few that I followed, but like it wasn't even that serious. And nowadays, it's the actors themselves are on the forefront of any ship. The ship is the actor, and we can't get back to the characters anymore. So it doesn't matter if the show's good or not. Are they busting down? Are they attractive? Are they my favorite ship? Actor-wise? Good. Let's go. What y'all think? Let me know below. Let me know your favorite ships together, character-wise. Let me know your favorite ships together, actor-wise. And let me know what actors you want to see together below. And I guess I'll see y'all next time. Also, if you haven't done so, subscribe, become a patron, all the good things, and I will see y'all in the next one.